Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. Today, we're talking about how to build momentum in the customer success team. So we'll do this together for roughly 20 minutes, and we will have some room in the end for Q&A as well. I'm Johan Nilsson, and I'm founder and CEO of Start Deliver. And we make a customer success platform, a SaaS tool that's built for the customer success manager and for the customer success team. In addition to that, we also do Impact Academy, which are training programs, hands-on training programs for customer success managers, for heads of customer success. So that's what we do. Today, you will get the recording, you will get the presentation, you will get all the material here. You can also follow up with me if you have any specifics you want or need from the webinar. Let's get into it. So, momentum, that's the topic of today. And let's start. Why does this matter? And I think the best way to look at this is, of course, I think everyone knows, looking at themselves, when you have momentum, how is that? It can be if you take your work life, if you start off the day, you have a good call in the morning, maybe a great meeting with a customer, you close off a few important things on your to-do list, you take away this heavy thing that's been weighing on your shoulders. You clean off all that before lunch. Maybe you even do a workout in lunch. After lunch, you continue doing some good calls. You prepare for a great meeting in the afternoon. When you have momentum, I think we all know how that feels like. We kind of build on it and we do more and more things in a day. And the opposite is, of course, when we don't have momentum. When we lack momentum, maybe we start off the day by not being able to complete a specific assignment we have. We struggle with that. We kind of lose tempo. We start looking at our inbox. We just look through the inbox and pick and choose a few emails. We kind of get stuck there. Nothing moves, nothing happens. We also tend to pick up on all the negative signals. So when we lack momentum, it's of course the direct opposite of having momentum. So I think we can all relate to this in our work life. We can also relate to this when in our personal life, doing training, whatever we do. I think we realize this and we can identify this. So why are we talking about this today? And I think we should look zoom out a little bit here. And what we are in 2023, I think everyone know that. But 2023 is in many ways a very hard year. Market conditions are a lot tougher. I was at an event earlier this week and got some customer numbers where we see growth in general is dropping quite significantly, just comparing with 12 months ago. So things are happening in the market side here that impacts all of us. And cycles are longer. There's a lot more discounting. There's a lot of discussions on pricing and terms and contract lengths and so on. And last but not least, what probably is top of mind for everyone is that churn is increasing. So in this environment, it's of course very easy to lose momentum. And that's what this webinar is all about. How do we regain momentum? Because I think it's even more important in a year like 2023, if we compare to 2021, where things were maybe moving very fast and very easy and very nice. 2023 is hitting a wall. So let's get into that. But also, let's also not forget what customer success is all about. I've been hearing some things I hope it's not in your company, and I definitely I definitely don't believe in this. But some people think that, okay, we're in tougher times, we also need to cut cost, we need to save, we need to reduce the people in customer success, we need to reduce in investments in customer success. And that's when you start looking at customer success as a cost center. And that's not what customer success is. At least our view of customer success is it's not a cost center. It's something else. And I think that's really important as well when we think about how we build momentum. Customer success is a growth driver. And what I mean here is customer success is all, of course, we know churn is our responsibility. And churn is actually negative growth. So if we can remove or reduce and limit churn by doing right actions, that's a way to make the company grow. We also if we do our job the right way, if we work with customers the right way, we can grow expansion. We can do more business with existing customers. And nothing is more important than that, given that the growth, the general growth, the new business side would probably have harder and harder times. So expansion, that's a way to grow. But of course, the big thing here is that customers stay for a long period of time, and we work with them in customer success during this period of time. So our job is to make sure that they stay very long. I know this is no news, but it's good to remind ourselves that this is what we do. And nothing is more important than this for any company. But also, I think it's also good to remind ourselves that if we do a good customer success job, we create advocates. We create people who will recommend our product to their friends, to their family, to their business associates, and so on. And if we do a good job, if a person that's a customer today leaves and joins another company, they will bring us into that company. And this is, of course, also growth in the bigger sense of the picture. It's not an upgrade here and now, but it's in the long run, this has huge impact. So I think it's really important for us to remind ourselves that this is the output of our job. And that's why it's such an important thing to bring back the momentum. And if we have issues with churn, it's easy to lose the momentum. So let's see how we bring it back and what we can do in very hands-on ways to get the momentum going again. So from Start Deliver, we have created 5 things you can do. And let's hit it off with number 1 here. We need to bring excitement back in the room. This is really important. Excitement, it's what builds momentum. So I think we can relate to this as well. If you're inspired, if you get a boost, you tend to do you act on things. So excitement is the momentum builder. And the opposite here is suffering is a momentum killer. And suffering, what is suffering? Well, suffering is then when you come out of a horrible call with a customer. Suffering is when you get a cancellation in the inbox. Suffering is when we have downtime. Suffering, there's a lot of suffering potentially in a customer success organization. So we need to identify that can kill momentum, and our job is to bring the momentum back up. Easy to say, harder to do. So let's get into that as well. And I think we need to start, if we're a leader here, if we're a head of customer success or C-level, whoever runs the team, we need to start with ourselves here. What signals am I sending out as a leader leading the customer success team? And of course, we suffer as well, right? So we need to start with ourselves here so we don't start sending out suffering signals to the team so they suffer and we kind of kill momentum all across. And what can be the case that we suffer here? We can have challenges, right? It can be that we have higher churn than we want. We can have other type of issues. a common mistake here is to try to hide them from the team. That's usually doesn't work. Things spread, they talk between coffee breaks. So call them out. This is the situation. I know it sucks. We have this. Do not hide challenges. If I'm the leader and I'm low on energy, I need to look at myself first. How can I bring my energy levels up? And sometimes we as a leader, we kind of, maybe we focus too much on the team, and we should be, of course, but do not forget about yourself. What brings your energy levels up? And especially sometimes you have a huge to-do list, you have all these problems, issues, and so on, and you kind of forget to boost yourself. So remind yourself what brings energy back to you. It can be in the job. It can also be, I mean, probably the most common and best recommendation here is to make sure that you work out physically. Take a run, go to the gym, all these things. That's a very easy way to boost energy. But whatever ticks yourself there, make sure to do that. Sometimes when there is a lot of problems, issues, and so on, we kind of change, put off the internal meetings. And that's also, you want to do the opposite there. You want to get closer to the team, not to micromanage them, but to interact and engage with the team. Also, when pressure is on, when there is bad momentum, we get more short-term focused. We do these firefighting stuff. We try to hustle and quick fixes, and that's usually not the solution. So also here, remind ourselves, big picture. What is the vision for the company? Vision for the product? Where are we going? What are we doing actually great? Which customers are really happy with us? Remind ourselves of these magic moments when things work. I think we need to open up and see the big picture here. So 3 things that you can do next week. Very simple, very easy. Put a goal up on the table. If you have a room, if you're virtual, do it in the dashboard, the whiteboard. Put up just a number that we can start measuring something that we can every week look at together. I think that can be a lot of stuff. We come back, we have some examples later on here, but think of something that just brings everyone together. It can be very simple, very easy, but something we can count every week. Invite product. I think product can fuel excitement. It can bring it. We are a product company, usually service or product company. Bring product in to talk about some exciting stuff happening in the product. It's a great way to get excitement up. Customer success are very close to the product, so anything they can listen into and get from the team there on things coming, it's a very easy way to just shift the focus a little bit, get them thinking of further down the road. So very easy to do. Another great thing, buy everyone lunch and listen to a great customer success webinar. I have a few ideas there, so you can check in with me if you want. But that's also a great way to shift the focus and put it back on what customer success is. So that's number 1. We need to get excitement back into the room. Number 2 here, we need to boost our customer events and extras. I will get back to you what I mean here, but this is a way to also build momentum. And if we start with boosting events, what I mean here is you probably do trainings today, you do maybe webinars, you do things, do more here. Add more training sessions, maybe invite an expert, a partner, someone new, a new face that can talk. Even better, can you have a customer share what they're doing? It can be a very small part of the product. It can be just a specific case. Bring in some new people, something new, add more things here. I know some companies do open office sessions. Basically, they have a slot where customers just can jump in if they want with questions. That's another way to do it. do these things live. Webinars, I guess for most of us, maybe some of you will do it live events as well, bring in the customers. That's great. And make sure to record them. This creates excitement internally. We have these cool things happening now. We have 4 more of these happening. Of course, there's a lot more work here, but it brings up excitement. It's also great for the team to have a reason to connect with customers. We can, of course, invite them with email, but we can also just reach out. We can just pick up the phone. Hey, can you join this webinar we're having next week? It would be great. It will be this and that. I think it really suits you. It's a clear call to action as well. So maybe we have some sleepers, we have some ghosting us, we have some customers out there that we haven't been able to engage with. This is a clear way to measure if we get some of them in. We have a very good call to action here. So this is both for bringing customers closer, but it's also to bringing our team, our customer success team, closer and have more excitement about things we're doing. Action cures everything. So this is also an action. I know it adds more work. It's more work to prepare this. It's more work to set everything up, but just do this. Second part of this is to do more extras. And what I mean by extras here is if we're in a low, if we have lost a little bit of momentum, we have a lot of suffering in the team, we have a lot of customers churning on us. What can we do here to add value in a limited period of time? And this is, of course, this can depend on your business model, it can depend on a lot of things, but can we add some services? Maybe we used to charge for them. Can we add them for free now? Can we have a customization or an add-on that we can offer for free? Can we bundle something into the customer that we normally charge for? Do we have some content internally, or do we have a partner that we work with, or something we buy that we can offer for free? Add value in this period of time. If we have a lot of issues, we have a lot of problems in the customer base, just to have these will create excitement for the team. Yes, interact with that customer. Don't remind them that we offer this. They can get this. So this is actually like putting something more in the toolbox for the customer success managers when they reach out, when they talk and interact with customers. It's also a call to action for the customer. So if they go for this, they commit, they do something with you. So it's a great way to also increase the engagement. In my experience, this will open up for more. If you feel you're losing revenue on this in some way, this is a way to, you will most likely recapture that revenue later on with the customer. And remind ourselves, it's the growth. We are a growth driver. So this is setting us up for growth further down the road. So think outside the box here, be a little bit creative, be a little bit bold, try things here. Don't be afraid of doing things here. So that's number 2. Number 3, leverage team power. That's a great slogan, I think. Maybe it's a bumper sticker coming up. What we mean here is that sometimes every customer success manager is very lonely in their job. They have their customer portfolio. Here is a great way to build momentum. It's to engage. If I'm the head of customer success, or I'm the CEO, or I'm the CRO, or wherever in the leadership team, engage with the customers. Go into the meetings, the regular meetings, the business reviews, whatever the calls the customer success team is having. Join them. Come in as a resource, as someone with ideas, something to share, or even set up purpose for this specific purpose. Create workshops that the customer success manager can invite to, where you will join. I would even recommend to set up these calls or these workshops or meetings yourself. The hit rate will be a lot higher. I'm sure it's a new contact. It's something new happening also for the customer side. From the customer side, this builds more excitement. It shows that you care, that you are involved, that you want to be on the front line. You will also, on the other hand, pick up from the customer side at face value how things are. And usually, my experience here is that you have high impact in these calls. So if there's been a customer where you have been kind of struggling, you need to do a turnaround, things are not going well. If you do this, if you engage your time here, you will also have a high impact on turning things around. So there's a lot of benefits in this. Of course, the counter side of this is that you need to spend time here. But this is, again, momentum is key. And where we are right now, I think most of us want to build momentum in the customer success team. So we're in it together, make sure the team feels that all the way. And this is I would say, the best way to do it, to jump in the calls, be in the front line, work with the customers here. A lot of things come out of this. Number 4 here. And this is what we call build objective confidence in the team. And why objective confidence matters. And confidence, everybody knows about confidence. Subjective confidence is when we feel we're confident. Objective confidence doesn't take feelings into account. It's more about how we know and how we can do our job. And this is really, really, I would say nobody will put their hand up and say, I have low confidence. But in reality, when we don't get results in customer success, a lot of the times it's that the people are not feeling confident going into these calls, going into a win-back situation, going into a turnaround situation, talking to decision makers, handling objections, just doing goal discovery with the C-level, talking about the customer's business goals. A lot of things here that are quite hard to do if you don't have the confidence. A lot of people struggle with imposter syndrome, that they think they're fake. So when will they realize that I'm not for real? Also, from the customer side, they will tend to sense if you're not confident. And what we sometimes end up doing here is that we're just people pleasing, saying yes, trying to be very nice and friendly, but not really driving change on the customer side. So these are kind of what you end up with when you don't have objective confidence. You get objective confidence by mastering your job. So even if you don't feel confident, but if you've mastered your job, you will be confident in a call, in a meeting, doing the interactions with the customer. And what we see too often here is that people send out the customer success managers to learn this the hard way by training basically on the customers. And you can't wait for this to happen, and it's really harming a lot of time the relationships by training on your customers. So make sure to boost the objective confidence of the team. We at Start Deliver and Impact Academy, we offer training programs that basically accelerate the learning and the skills you need to do the customer success manager job. We have launched now some focused training programs, 2-week programs with specific topics. We have now in May, we have the Success Plan program. Basically, how do we plan for the customer to be successful with our product? And how do we make sure to follow up on that? And what are the steps necessary to get there? We have the retention program, very much focused on how do we work in the right way to retain customers. Also in May, we have 2 other programs, an onboarding program specifically around the process of onboarding customers. And we also have the expansion program. How do we set up our playbook for expansion? What do we do? How do we interact? And this is all about building skills for the customer success management team. So check these out. You can sign up online to these, and that's a great way to also boost excitement. the people, the team, they will feel we invest in them, we want them to grow. That's also a way to build momentum. Last but not least is celebrate, do more celebrations. I think we do too little of that. Sales celebrate a lot, customer success teams usually don't. That doesn't mean that we should celebrate anything, no bullshit celebrations. And what I mean by that is that we should celebrate real things, because nothing everybody will call bullshit. So make sure to celebrate the real achievements here. And what are real achievements? Some examples, of course, everybody knows if we upgraded a customer, you will probably celebrate that. But when a customer moves from poor health to good health, that's a great achievement. You won. You moved 4 customers last month from poor health to good health. That's huge. It was not an expansion, it was not more revenue, but it's huge because we know healthy customers stay longer, buy more, and they will advocate for us. Some other examples, of course, if we get feedback from the customers on things we're doing well, both in regards to the product or service or whatever, make sure to celebrate that. Share it in the Slack channel, bring it up in the weekly meeting, whatever you have. Onboardings. How many onboardings did we complete last week or last month on time or faster than normal? That's a great achievement. Do we have some customers adopting some of the new features we launched? Also a great achievement. Which customers? Who is the CSM responsible for those customers? Bring that person up, share that. How many trainings have we completed? So there's a lot of things to celebrate. We need to just make sure that we do that, and we need to make sure they are for real, because that's also a key thing when you want to build momentum. All right, let's summarize. So 5 ways to build momentum: bring back excitement to the room, boost customer events and extras, leverage team power, build objective confidence in the team, and do more celebrations. There you have it, 5 concrete ways to build more momentum, and momentum builds momentum. So start doing this, and thanks for joining, and see you soon.